Hi, welcome to Future Home Project channel. In this video, I'm showing you how I installed the Lutron Motion Sensor and dimmer switch. First, obviously, you have to cut your power to the electrical switch in your breaker box and unscrew the old switch if you already had one. If you didn't, then you can just go ahead and install this one. This is very easy to install. You use two black wires. It doesn't matter if one goes to black screw or the brass screw, and the blue screw here is left like that unless you have another three-way switch, and the green wire goes to your ground, which is usually copper in your box there. So go ahead and remove the old switch. I just plug these wires in, and it's hard to get them out, so I just cut them off because I have enough length. And then you strip them, and then you would just connect them to the black and the brass screw. I must say I like this switch. It's very easy to install, easy to operate. It's somewhat hard to program it, and I will talk about that later. And I didn't include instructions on programming because they're very complicated and it's hard to see. The lights are really tiny there, and the best way to do it is to follow the instructions in the manual that comes with it. I will also try to find instructions online and post it in the description of the video. It's not that hard, but you would have to, the way you do it is you pull out the tab on the bottom there, and that puts it into the program mode, and then you can just go ahead and program it. As you can see there on the right, I have a bathroom fan just recently installed. It's called HomeWorks, and I have a video about that, and you can see it right here. But let's go back to this electrical switch that we are doing right now. So you can just put these in, you can just push them in. There is a small hole next to those screws, or you can just unscrew them and then twist it around it. I made sure that the blue screw is tight there. And this is a wide switch. As you can see, it has those metal tabs on the sides. And since I already have this other switch there next to it installed, this is too wide. So I had to take off those tabs and make it more narrow. Another safety thing that I usually do is just wrap some electrical tape around the screws there, the connections, and then even the connections for the wires itself. This is preventing them from untwisting, or even if there is an exposure to a wire, it will prevent it from a short circuit. So this looks good. I'm gonna try to push it back in now, and as you can see, I was struggling to fit it next to that other switch, and then since there is a plate that covers them, that just wouldn't work like that. So I had to take off those tabs. Luckily, they're easy to break. You just wiggle it a little bit back and forth, and they will come loose. Here's a nice cover plate. It's a two-part plate, and then you just take off the back part, and then you screw that over to these two switches, and then you just push the upper part over it, and then it shows no screws, and it looks really good this way without the screws, and it is really sturdy. They're somewhat expensive, about $5 each, I think, but I think they're worth it, and they're just unusual there. So you just take this off and then do it as you would normally do with your regular plate. Make sure the top part shows towards top, and it already fits really nice, and then you can just screw it in and put the plate over it. The way you program this little dimmer slash motion sensor switch is you pull out the tab on the bottom, and then you would use the buttons on the right hand side, up and down, and then you have these lights on the left, and you would memorize it using this big button in the middle. Like I said, it's not that hard, but it's not very simple either, and the best way to do is use the instructions, because if you were listening to me you would just lose everything, and I think they could have done a better job. Let's just leave it at that. Thanks for watching, and then coming up soon in this same video I have another video of a different motion sensor switch that I installed in my other bathroom. That one is more simple, but it's also a really good switch. So let's take a look at that one.